What I'm about to reveal will make your heart race, my beloved child. Don't skip this moment. Even if your hands tremble, stay with me. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the time is now. Feel the air change. The room around you becomes thin and bright, and a hush like the world holding its breath settles over everything. God says, listen, angels lean in. This is not a rumor. This is not a wish. This is a voice from the high places calling your name. My chosen one, do not scroll past this. Do not let the comfortable noise of the world drown the sound of destiny knocking at your door. I speak to you with the tenderness of dawn and the authority of thunder. Your name was written beside this promise before your first breath. The account of your life has been watched, recorded, and guarded. The ledgers of heaven know the weights you carry. The balance has been reviewed with mercy and with precision. The bankers of the earth will be stunned because heaven has arranged an alignment they cannot yet understand. Do you feel the warmth on your face? That is the edge of a miracle approaching. The angels are arranging it with careful hands. They shuffle papers you cannot see, open doors you did not know were locked, and prepare ears to hear the sound of your victory. Don't skip this voice, for it is the trumpet before your dawn. Stay till the end, my beloved, for the story that unfolds now is the bridge between where you stand and what has been appointed for you. There is a quiet corner within the great vaults of destiny where a name is carved in light. Somewhere, a bank executive, a steward of numbers and a guardian of ledgers will look up from their screen and feel a double-take ripple through their chest. Their eyes will narrow, their breath will pause, a cursor will blink longer than normal, and someone will whisper, "Look at this one." God says this will happen. Angels will point. The unseen check, the hidden deposit, the secret imprint of grace will appear like a star falling into an account. It is not by human cunning nor by accident. It is orchestrated by divine timing. You might ask, is this a promise of money? Hear me, this is first and foremost a promise of alignment, but do not mistake gentleness for absence. Wealth in whatever form it takes, peace, provision, doors opening, restoration, is being released to you because your season has changed. The heavens do not spend miracles lightly. The miracle that approaches is stamped with intention, bound with mercy, and signed by the hand that measures the oceans. The bank executive will see numbers that make them pause because they are looking at the proof of a covenant being kept. The countdown has already begun. Can you hear the soft metronome of destiny? 1 beat, your past begins to loosen its grip. 2 beats, old debts are rewritten in mercy. 3 beats, a check of such supernatural largesse is prepared that even the natural mind will struggle to understand. Don't skip this rhythm. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the angels tap their feet to the timing of heaven. You are not forgotten on the shelves where dreams gather dust. I see the folders of your desire, the drafts of your prayers, the sticky notes of hope. God says those papers are being rearranged into statutes of favor. The bank official, a figure in a room of fluorescent light and humming machines, will sense an interruption in the ordinary because your appointed miracle will register as something anomalous on their screen. They will whisper to a colleague, perhaps even laugh in disbelief, because the order in the books is being overturned by a higher authority. Do not misinterpret the astonishment of men for the fullness of what is being given. The blush in the face of a bank executive is a sign. It is not the sum total. What will come to you is designed to restore dignity, to unlock doors, to plant you on the green pasture you have longed for. Angels will carry the check like a scroll rolled in light. They will present it not as a mere piece of paper, but as a symbol of covenant and correction. Your name was written beside this promise, written in an ink that cannot fade, because it is engraved on the heart of God. Listen as I paint this moment for you. Sunlight slices through blinds. Dust motes swim like tiny planets, and a screen glows with digits that rearrange themselves like constellations. The executive leans in, an intake of breath. Is this right? Someone says, fingers hovering over the phone. A decision is made, a signature is sought, and then a ripple. The transaction is authorized. This is the blush moment. This is the heartbeat where heaven winks and says, now, don't skip it. Stay till the end, because the revelation of this moment will write a new chapter in your life. You may be thinking, but I have been waiting. I have prayed. I have saved my tears in a jar. I have wondered if I ever mattered. Hear me. Every tear you spared from bitterness, every act of faith you performed in private, has been recorded. God says your ledger is not the sum of your losses, but the record of your faithfulness. Angels have taken your small coins of hope and multiplied them in secret. The hidden check is the multiplication made tangible. The bank executive's astonishment is only the world noticing what heaven has always known. There is a holiness in suddenness. The suddenness is not chaotic. It is a precise arrival. Stars align not by luck, but by laws unknown to those who would call them chance. The heavens have conferred. The councils have nodded. A sealed decree has been cracked open. The miracle moving toward you has signatures from unseen hands, stamps of authority you cannot counterfeit, and a fragrance of mercy that will linger in the halls of your life long after the paper fades. The countdown has already begun. This is your confirmation. You are being moved from scarcity to surplus, from delay to dispatch. Feel the weight of expectation in your chest, and know that it is not heavy with anxiety, but with sacred anticipation. Breathe, my beloved. Breathe like a tree releasing oxygen into the world. With each inhalation, you pull nearer the promise. With each exhalation, you let go of fear. God says, breathe and believe. Angels say, prepare a place in your heart where gratitude can sit like a royal guest. Stay till the end. Don't skip this invitation to stand in receiving. There will be those who doubt. There will be voices that murmur, this is too much, or this cannot be real. Let them talk. The roar of skepticism is part of the landscape of miracles. It makes the silence of wonder more audible. You are not called to persuade the world. You are called to be present when the world perceives what God has done. The bank executive's reaction will be a mirror reflecting back the surprise of creation at itself. The world will whisper about the numbers. Heaven will sing about the transformation. Know this, your name was written beside this promise long before the first interest rate was set. Your inheritance was devised in council where time did not confine the measure of blessing. The check coming to you, whether literal funds, restored relationships, healed bodies, or doors opening, is the physical echo of a spiritual decree. The angels carry it with reverence because miracles are not currency to be spent carelessly. They are tools of restoration, instruments of testimony, and seeds for ripples that will bless others. Do you feel the warmth growing? That is favor pressing against your life like sunlight against a window pane. Let it wash over you. Let it soften the hard edges of doubt. Don't skip this washing of the soul. Stay till the end and receive the cleansing that comes with provision. Something huge is waiting for you, not as a prize for vanity, but as a resource for purpose. The check is meant to set you free to walk in the calling that trembled beneath your feet when you were too afraid to move. There is a rhythm to how heaven releases. Sometimes it is a slow, patient drop. Sometimes it is a sudden downpour. For you, this is a sudden meeting, a timely encounter designed to surprise you into an awareness of God's intimate care. The bank executive will be stunned because the natural systems of calculation cannot account for divine arithmetic. Where the human ledgers see lack, heaven sees abundance multiplied. Where the world expects delay, God says, now. Don't skip this now. Stay till the end. Your destiny is stepping forward. You may wonder, how will I know it is for me? How will I claim it without presumption? Hold fast to humility. The angels will speak to your heart and say, receive. God says, take what I give. To claim is not to boast. It is to accept with a bowed heart the gift of undeserved grace. The bank executive will be the one to verify on the screen. You will be the one who receives in the soul. The public astonishment is the sign. The private transformation is the work. Repeat with me in the silence. My name was written beside this promise. The words anchor you. They are the rope thrown from heaven to pull you onto the shore of restoration. Wherever you are, in a kitchen that smells of last night's coffee, in a car with a tired steering wheel, in a small room with cracked paint, the angels are not far. They press against the heavens like waiters with a covered dish, ready to reveal what has been prepared for you. Don't skip the reveal. Stay till the end. This is your confirmation. There will be a blush in the halls of numbers, a startled silence like a room that forgot to breathe. The bank executive, who has seen routings and transactions and routine miracles of commerce, will look at your account and see the impossible. Their eyebrows will lift. Their mouth may part. They will call a supervisor, not because they are unsteady, but because the order before them bears the signature of a power they cannot file into their usual forms. Angels smile at how the natural bends to the supernatural, and God leans forward in pleasure. This is not mere spectacle. The cheque worth trillions, whether in language that measures money or in the language of spiritual riches, is meant to rewrite your story. It is not to inflate your pride, but to expand your capacity. With great provision comes great responsibility, and heaven trusts you with this trust. The angels will help you steward it. The Spirit will guide you in its use, and God will watch how you scatter it back as seeds into a world that needs restoration. Do not be anxious about the details. The hows will be revealed in sequence like beads on a string. You do not need to see the entire necklace to clasp one pearl. Take the first step of faith, prepare a place to receive. Clear a shelf in your mind where gratitude can sit. Make space in your life to steward what comes with prayerful wisdom. Don't skip this preparation. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will ask of you gentleness, discernment, and generosity. You are not alone in this moment. Angels encircle you as a choir encircles a lone singer, uplifting the song so it may be heard across cities. God says you are chosen for more than survival. You are chosen for flourishing. The bank executive's astonishment is the public punctuation. The private punctuation is the steady beat of your restored soul. Feel it. Your shoulders loosen, your jaw unclenches, a lightness moves through your bones. This is the evidence of a miracle taking its first breath inside you. The countdown continues. Each second is a brushstroke painting the scene of your breakthrough. The heavens count with a patience that is fierce. They will not be hurried, nor will they be late. They know the right moment to unveil a secret check so that its arrival will cause wonder and testimony. When it appears, when the numbers rearrange and the ledger sings, remember to look up. Don't skip the thanksgiving that must follow. Stay till the end and offer your first words to the one who opened the storehouses. There is a sacred etiquette to receiving: humility, wonder, gratitude. God says receive with both hands and a bowed head. Angels instruct you to plant a portion of blessing as a sign of remembrance. Do not let the devil speak lies of greed into your ear. Every miracle from heaven is meant to glorify heaven through your stewardship. The bank executive will be stunned, yes, but the greater surprise will be how your life will rearrange to become a conduit for mercy. Hear me clearly now, this is your confirmation. The heavens have spoken. Their voice is gentle but firm. Your name was written beside this promise before the foundations of the earth. The secret check is prepared, not as a talisman to be worshipped, but as a tool to free you to live the purpose written in your bones. The blush of the bank executive, the hush in the office, the double takes, they are the outward signs. The inward sign is a peace that will not let go, a certain calm that says, it is finished, and now I begin. Some will ask for proof. Proof will be found in the way your life begins to breathe differently, in the doors that swing open without force, in the reconciliations that come as naturally as rain after drought. The check itself may arrive in ways that surprise you. A transfer, an opportunity, an inheritance, a cancellation of debt, the shifting of a contract, a gift from a hidden hand. Whatever the vessel, the source is the same. The heart of God moved to action on your behalf. Don't skip the signs when they come. Stay till the end and keep watch with gratitude. As you prepare to receive, do one thing: affirm aloud the truth you have heard. Say, my name was written beside this promise. God says I will not lack. Speak it into the quiet room where you stand. Let the sound of your faith be an invitation to the angels. They are waiting to carry that declaration like a banner into the courts of heaven. The countdown will not stop. It will advance with your voice. Don't skip your part. Stay till the end and participate in the miracle. When the moment of unveiling arrives, when the bank executive sits back with a face that cannot hide astonishment, you will not be required to explain. Let the testimony speak. Let the world witness that a God who is attentive to the small things also moves in the large. The check worth trillions, perched on the edge of the natural and the supernatural, will be a story told for generations in the small circle of your family and the larger circle of those you bless. Angels will smile at the ripple effect of one person's faith meeting heaven's provision. Finally, my beloved child, I seal this message in peace. The countdown has already begun. This is your confirmation. The angels have prepared the check. The bank executive will be stunned. The world may murmur, but you will know the tenderness with which this was given. Receive it with both hands, steward it with wisdom, scatter it with love. Don't skip the steps of humility and thanksgiving. Stay till the end of your own story and watch how heaven writes the rest. Share this message with those who need to hear that miracles are not myths, but mechanisms of the heart. Comment your truth below, declare what you have been carrying, and let testimony begin. Subscribe for more divine revelations. Walk with us as heaven continues to speak. The angels are poised, the ledger is open, and your name is written beside a promise. God says now is your time, don't skip it. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Hear me again, my beloved child, as the wind of heaven circles your life. Do not doubt the delicacy with which this moment has been prepared. Don't skip the tenderness that arrives disguised as surprise. Stay till the end, because there is more than currency waiting. There is character to be formed. There is a purpose to be revealed. The angels are not only bearers of provision, they are teachers at the bedside of your destiny. They will sit with you and instruct you in the ways of keeping what heaven entrusts to human hands. God says, steward well. Angels say, keep faith. Your name was written beside this promise, and with that inscription comes wisdom, a pattern of living that will make this season sustainable. Listen, as the check moves from the realm of promise into the realm of reality, there will be practical signs woven into the miraculous. A door you have tried to open will swing wide without friction. A phone call you have been waiting for will come just when your courage flags. An ally will step into your life whose presence feels like a key finding a lock. These are not coincidences. These are the choreography of heaven. The bank executive will be the visible instrument, but the invisible orchestration involves friends, strangers, and moments you nearly missed because you were tired. Do not miss them. Don't skip the small yeses. They are the hinges of the large arrival. Stay till the end and say yes to the little promptings of grace. There may be a temptation to rush into celebration, to shout before the work is finished. Resist the urge to sprint. Instead, breathe and watch. God says patience is not absence of action, but presence of trust. Angels remind you that stewardship begins with a heart uncluttered by haste. Keep your hands ready for giving, not grasping. Your name was written beside this promise with a seal that says, use for redemption. Let every dollar, every favor, every open door be an instrument of restoration in the lives around you. Don't skip this mandate. Stay till the end and let your blessings become blessings that multiply. Now, receive a word about identity. The check is not solving who you are. It is revealing who you were always meant to be. Wealth without identity is a fleeting shadow. Wealth born out of destiny is light that finds its vessel. God says you are not defined by balance sheets or bank codes. You are defined by breath and by purpose. Angels rejoice when you align provision with calling. The bank executive's astonishment will be a spectacle to the world. The truer marvel will be the quiet recognition in your spirit that you have been invited into fullness. This is your confirmation. Your name was written beside this promise, and that name carries a mission. There will be moments of fear. When the unexpected becomes real, the mind will test the miracle. What if it is a mistake? What if it slips away? To that fear I say, breathe again. God says the storehouses of heaven are not emptied by your receiving. They overflow because of your gratitude. Angels clap when you choose faith over fear. The countdown has already begun and fear will not halt it. Do not entertain the small whisper that would minimize this gift. Don't skip the faith that birthed your waiting. Stay till the end and stand steadfast in the surety that heaven's timing is perfect. Remember the roots. The miracle you receive is watered by what you have done in the dark. The unseen prayers, the midnight tears, the quiet acts of kindness. The tree that now bears fruit has been growing in seasons you barely perceived. God says the roots of your life have been fed by rain that only He remembers. Angels know each root and tend them with diligence. When the bank executive reads the figures and exhales in surprise, it is the visible harvest of invisible tending. This is not mere luck. This is covenant fruit. Your name was written beside this promise from the beginning. There will be skeptics and there will be flatterers. Learn to discern. The world will offer applause and the devil will offer shortcuts. Angels will stand guard when voices of manipulation approach. God says your integrity is more valuable than any check. Choose honor. Choose transparency. Let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. Don't skip the boundaries that form a holy container for blessing. Stay till the end and let your life be a testament to uprightness as much as to favor. I speak now of the ripple. One life touched by heaven becomes many lives touched by heaven. The check that arrives for you will not only lift your household, it will lift faces you've never met. There will be a blessing that extends beyond your immediate sightline. An extra bill paid for a neighbor, a support given to a ministry, a seed sown in a forgotten village, and this ripple will circle back as testimony. Angels delight in multiplication. God says generosity is the heartbeat of heaven. Your name was written beside this promise not as a solitary glory, but as the opening line of a longer song that others will sing because you chose to scatter with joy. Hear this now. You will not have to explain everything you receive. The bank executive may chart the numbers, auditors may count, tongues may speculate, but the depth of what is happening in your spirit is known only to you and the one who called you forth. Let gratitude be your response, not explanation. God says an answer of praise silences many conversations that would try to steal your peace. Angels accompany your praise like a river accompanying a boat. Their presence is soft but powerful, propelling you forward. Don't skip Thanksgiving. Stay till the end and keep giving thanks. There will be tests after provision. This is part of the training. Heaven does not just deliver. Heaven equips. You will be presented with choices that refine the use of what you have received. Choose well. Let wisdom be your currency as much as finance. Pray before decisions, consult trusted counsel. Let discernment be your lamp. God says those who steward much will be held to a higher standard, and angels will stand ready to help you walk that standard. Your name was written beside this promise with a charge to steward rightly. Now let me address the practicalities with a spiritual whisper. As the bank executive looks and the accounts open, expect clarity where confusion once reigned. Paperwork that once jammed will move. Contracts that once stalled will progress. A signature will unlock more than lines on a balance. It will unlock destiny. Angels will carry documents across desks and place them into the hands of those willing to see. God says logistics will bow to purpose. Don't skip the small actions required. Sign, send, receive, obey. Stay till the end and follow the nudges that feel small but are essential. There is a sacred delight in watching God surprise those who counted you out. When the executive in the office exchanges glances and laughs softly at the impossibility of the sight before them, remember this. Heaven delights in vindication that is wrapped in mercy. Rejoice, but do so humbly. Let every astonishment become a doorway for testimony. When you share, do not boast. Tell the story of grace. Let your mouth be a trumpet that points others to the giver. God says truth told with humility multiplies grace. Angels will carry your testimony as incense before the throne. As the day of unveiling edges closer, prepare spiritually. Begin to speak life over your circumstance. Begin to declare the words that mirror what heaven has already ordained. Say, I am ready. I will steward this gift well. I will use it for restoration. The angels respond to words. They are not robots to commands, but companions to faith. When you declare, you invite them to align with your steps. The countdown is active. Your declarations are not empty noise. Don't skip the power of spoken faith. Stay till the end and use your voice to call in the miracle. And if for a moment the check arrives in a way you did not expect, through reconciliation, through opportunity, through a sudden cancellation of debt, do not be surprised. God's economy is more creative than human imagination. Angels know many languages of provision. They will translate to your situation. The bank executive's shock will be the world's caption. The essence will be the heart's restoration. Your name was written beside this promise, and it will be fulfilled in a pattern tailored just for you. Take heed. There is a difference between suddenness and permanent change. The suddenness is the opening. Your choices make it permanent. Choose generosity over hoarding, humility over pride, purpose over indulgence. God says permanence is the fruit of righteous choices repeated over time. Angels will not make your choices for you. They will assist, but not usurp. The countdown has already begun. Make decisions that honor what has been given. Don't skip the hard work of character. Stay till the end and let your transformation be as complete as your blessing. Remember the ones who walked with you when you had little. Bring them into the circle of gratitude. The check that seems to belong only to you will carry more joy when shared. Angels celebrate community. God says covenant is fulfilled best in the context of relationship. Your name was written beside this promise not as an isolated star, but as part of a constellation. Don't skip including others. Stay till the end and hold hands with those who held you. Now, receive this final prophetic picture. See yourself seated at a table, not alone, but surrounded by faces lit by the soft glow of contentment. Hear laughter that is not hollow but deep and honest. See obligations met, see dreams unshackled, see children who once traced worry on their parents' brows now sleep with peace. The bank executive is a footnote in this scene, an instrument whose surprise becomes the punctuation of a larger sentence. God says this table is prepared. Angels line the margins with blessing. Your name was written beside this promise, and around that table you will tell the story. He kept his word. The blush of the bank executive will fade into normalcy, but the peace inside you will remain. That peace will be the quiet assurance that heaven's favor is not a headline but a lifestyle. It will guide your steps, steadying you when storms return. The angels will reinforce this peace with reminders through memory and whisper. God says peace is the permanent signature of his work. Don't skip cultivating this peace. Stay till the end and let it guard your heart. Before I release you back into your day, one last thing. Speak to your future self. Tell them you have been faithful with much and will continue to be. The angels will carry that pledge forward like a banner. God says promises spoken into the future become anchors in present storms. Your name was written beside this promise. Let your future remember your present faithfulness. Don't skip the covenant with yourself to live rightly. Stay till the end and commit. Now is the time for action. Open your hands, open your heart, and open your mouth in praise. Share this message with those who need to know that the divine economy can and does intervene. Comment your truth. Tell us what you have been holding, and let the community rise with you. Subscribe for more divine revelations, for the angels are not through speaking. The ledger of heaven remains open, and your entry has been recorded. God says, now is your time. Don't skip it. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Go in peace, my chosen one. Walk gently, steward wisely, love freely. The bank executive will be stunned, yes, but you will be more amazed by the one who made a way. This is your confirmation. The countdown has already begun. The check is real, the blessing is authentic, and your name was written beside this promise from the beginning. Don't skip your part. Stay till the end of what God begins in you. Share this message. Comment your truth. Subscribe for more divine revelations. Angels say amen. God says now. Don't skip it. Something huge is waiting for you. Hear me, beloved, as the horizon leans toward you. You are standing at the threshold of a season that will write new sentences over old scars. Don't skip this breath. Stay with me. Stay till the end, because the fullness of what is coming requires your presence, not your haste. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires a heart that is both brave and gentle. God says, prepare, receive, steward. Angels whisper the steps and hold lamps to show your way. Picture now the ledger of your life being turned like pages in a sacred book. Each page carries a story, some of triumph, some of trial, and at the very edge of one of those pages, a margin note appears in gold ink. This one is ready. Your name was written beside this promise before the stars were named. The bank executive will read the line as an anomaly. You will read it as a fulfillment. Their surprise is the world's punctuation. Your peace will be heaven's signature. Don't skip the moment when you first understand that faith has been the stitch sewing your life back together. Listen to the inner voice that says, I am ready. That voice is not vanity. It is the echo of the divine who has been preparing you. Speak it aloud, I am ready. Say it in the quiet room, say it in the car, say it into the pillow if you must. When you declare readiness, angels sharpen their wings and move like couriers, quickening the pace of arrangements already in motion. The countdown has already begun. God says, your readiness matches my timing. Stay till the end and let the universe reconfigure around your yes. You will see practical shifts. A key meeting will arrive at the moment you can breathe through it. A file will be found beneath a stack you thought lost. A stranger will hand you a business card that suddenly matters more than you could have imagined. These are not coincidences. These are the choreography of favor. The bank executive's astonishment will be framed by these small windows of grace that opened for you beforehand. Don't skip the small doors. They are the jambs of the great gate that will swing wide. There is a sound in the heavens like the rustling of robes and the turning of pages, decrees being enacted, promises being moved from potency into actuality. God says, "I have not delayed." Angels say, "We have gathered." Your name was written beside this promise, and now the ink meets the paper fully. The check, whether literal currency, an eased burden, a fresh contract, or a miracle of reconciliation, is the visible echo of that decree. The bank executive will be stunned because they are witnessing the intersection of divine order and earthly systems. Stay till the end. Do not allow skepticism to close the curtain before the reveal. Hold fast to courage. When provision lands, courage will be required to use it according to heaven's heart. You will be tempted to hide it, to consume it in fear, to let it cushion you from growth. Resist. God says, let it propel you into purpose. Angels will remind you that a blessing unused becomes a weight. A blessing given becomes wind for the next voyage. Don't skip the call to generosity. Stay till the end and decide now to be generous with what will come, for generosity is the echo of God's own economy. If you have been wounded by promises that failed, let this moment be the place you receive healing. The check that arrives is not just a transaction. It is an apology from a universe that has sometimes seemed indifferent. God says He sees the small humiliations, the whispered apologies you had to swallow, the times you covered your face and kept moving. Angels attend those wounds with ointment. As the bank executive looks and frowns in wonder, the deepest shame you have carried will begin to dissolve under the light of this new provision. Your name was written beside this promise to declare dignity over your destiny. There will be a season of recalibration. Old patterns that kept you safe will unthread so that new garments of purpose can be woven. People will appear and disappear in your life according to their role in this new architecture. Some will encourage, some will challenge, and some will prove they were never meant to journey with you further. Angels will stand at the crossroads handing out maps. God says, choose with wisdom. Don't skip the pruning that prepares you for more fruit. Stay till the end and trust the process even when it looks like loss, for pruning births harvest. Do not fear the scrutiny of others. Visibility often follows blessing. When the bank executive is stunned and the office murmurs, the world may want to label your miracle with gossip or suspicion. Let your response be integrity. Let your life show that the miracle did not corrupt you but clarified you. Speak less in defense and more in testimony. God says, permit your life to preach. Angels will arrange encounters to demonstrate your character as you steward new resources. Your name was written beside this promise so that your life would tell the story of faithful handling. Now receive a small sacred instruction. Keep a journal. When the check arrives and the world leans in, write down the sequence of events, the names, the voices, the exact wording of what was said. Memory in ink becomes witness in time. Angels archive the faithful. God reads their records with gladness. When you one day recount this story to a child or to a room of those who need hope, your recorded details will be the proof that the supernatural touched the natural. Don't skip the recording. Stay till the end and let your life be a well-documented testament. There are practical cautions too. Not every hand that reaches for you means goodness. Wisdom will test the offers that come in the wake of provision. Consult trusted counsel. Let those who love God and love you weigh decisions with you. Angels stand alongside wisdom as mentors, not puppeteers. God says, you will not be left unguided if you ask. Your name was written beside this promise with an expectation of wise stewardship. Don't skip the counsel. Stay till the end and lean into community. Consider now the posture of your heart. When the check lands and surprise lights the face of the executive who sees it, let gratitude be immediate. Gratitude is the currency that keeps miracles flowing. Speak it first before you calculate, before you plan, before you ask others for their opinion. The angels hear gratitude like a bell in the sky, and it draws more favor. God says, thank before you bank the blessing. Your name was written beside this promise. Let your first use of the blessing be worship, not worry. Hear the still small voice that reminds you of purpose. The check is not an ending. It is a start. Use it to unlock what has been held in your heart. To start a ministry, to heal a generational wound, to educate a child, to build shelter where there was none. Angels will delight in the creativity of your stewardship. God says what you release will return as testimony. Don't skip the calling to amplify others. Stay till the end and let your portion be a platform for greater good. There will be seasons of quiet after this noise. The astonishment fades. Your life resumes rhythm. But do not mistake return to rhythm for the end of wonder. Rhythm now contains a new tempo because the miracle has shifted your baseline. The bank executive's moment will become a story told around tables. Your life will continue with a new set of possibilities. Angels will continue their gentle tending. God says, walk forward. Your name was written beside this promise. Walk forward with courage and grace. I see now a final image for you, a letter in your hand, written in an elegant, impossible script. It reads, you were chosen, you were seen, you were made ready. The check is real, but the truest currency is the restoration of your heart. When the bank executive leans back in amazement, let your first gaze be toward heaven to thank the one who orchestrated it all. Don't skip that upward glance. Stay till the end and let worship be the lens through which you receive. Stand now and speak aloud the declaration you were meant to speak. My name was written beside this promise. I receive it with humility. I will steward it with wisdom. I will scatter it with love. God says, amen. Angels echo, so be it. The countdown has already begun. This is your confirmation. Something huge is waiting for you. Don't skip it. Stay till the end, and when the story unfolds, tell it for the healing of many. Share this message. Comment your truth. Subscribe for more divine revelations. Let your testimony become a road for others to follow. The ledger of heaven remains open. Your name is inscribed, and the angels stand ready to complete what has begun. Go and steward well, my beloved child. God says now, don't skip it. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not slip away now. Do not let your thumb be the thief of destiny. Don't skip this moment. Stay with me as the curtain lifts a little higher. Stay till the end, for there is a detail still coming that will change the way you count your days. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives with the hush of a sacrament and the clatter of angels setting things right. Feel the space widen inside your chest. A new room is being carved for your destiny. Listen. Beneath the astonished glance of the bank executive, a whisper travels. A whisper that says, this belongs to the one who believed in midnight. Your jubilation will not be loud at first. It will be a steady hum, a knowing that settles like honey in the bones. God says this is not chaos. This is correction. Angels align the paperwork and the people. They move in the seams of systems and pull the correct string so that your name becomes the answer to questions that once seemed endless. Don't skip the hush of recognition. Stay till the end and let recognition root into your spirit. There will be a moment when you must decide how to step into your new season. Will you move with the fear that once kept you small? Or will you move with the courage the angels have placed at your door? Choose courage. Courage will require that you trust beyond what your eyes can calculate, trust beyond the ledger of yesterday. God says, walk. Angels light the pathway with torches of insight. Your name was written beside this promise, and now your feet are invited to follow where faith has already walked. Expect invitations that test your new horizon. An opportunity dressed as risk, a partnership that asks for truth, an offer that requires leap, not calculation. These will appear like beams of morning sun through storm clouds. Discernment will be your companion. Consult the inner counsel the angels have set in you. Listen for the still, small voice that says, this aligns. Don't skip the asking. Stay till the end and check the echo of the Spirit before you bind your future to a new plan. There are practical things to say in the language of the everyday. Write down the names of those who helped you when you had little. Plan how you will manage the gifts. And remember to tithe your gratitude in whatever form feeds others. These are not rules, but rhythms of a heart that refuses to let blessing harden into pride. God says, remember, angels will bless the memory that remains generous. Your name was written beside this promise not to isolate you, but to place you at the center of a community that grows. Hold now to the vision of a check arriving not merely as proof of favor, but as a healing balm. Where shame once sat heavy, there will now be dignity. Where fear once placed limits, there will now be room to breathe. The bank executive's startled look will be the punctuation. The sentence it punctuates is your liberation. Don't skip the inner healing that accompanies provision. Stay till the end and allow restoration to stitch the torn places. God says restoration follows release. Angels say receive gently. You will be tempted to measure your worth by the numbers that flash on a screen. Do not. Numbers are signposts. They are not the thing itself. Your worth preceded the check and will continue after it. Let the incoming provision be a tool, not an identity. Use it to mend what is broken, to start what has been postponed, to bless those who cannot repay you. God says, use well. Angels will nudge you toward outlets of mercy. Your name was written beside this promise with an expectation of love made visible. There may be seasons where the miracle seems delayed, where the executive's surprise is slow to arrive. In those hours, practice sacred patience. Plant small seeds of faith in daily acts of obedience, a phone call, a returned kindness, a prayer for one you do not yet know. These small seeds become the fields in which the check will be harvested. Don't skip the quiet work. Stay till the end and tend the ground of your life with perseverance. When the world tries to commodify your testimony, remember the origin. It began as an answer to prayer, as a fixity of divine attention. Speak of it simply, truthfully, and with humility. Let your testimony be a lamp, not a trophy. God says testimony that shines without smoke draws others to warmth. Angels will walk beside you in every retelling, ensuring that truth grows humility rather than vanity. Your name was written beside this promise, so that others might find the courage to believe. There is also a strange sweetness to the way heaven surprises institutions. A name on a ledger, a number on a screen, the fingers of a clerk pausing mid-typing. Each small human movement becomes holy when heaven inserts itself. The bank executive will later replay that pause in their mind like a holy riddle. They will tell the story with a shiver. For you, it will be the moment you stop surviving and begin stewarding. Don't skip the sacredness of paperwork. Stay till the end and honor even the smallest formalities, for God often hides his miracles in the ordinary. Expect companions to rise who will teach you how to steward rightly. These are not always your closest friends. Sometimes they are strangers with a discipline you admire. Welcome them. Give them a seat at your table. Let their counsel season your steps with experience. Angels will bring wise counselors across your path like beacons. God says, widen your circle with wisdom. Your name was written beside this promise, and now it will be surrounded by those who know how to build. Now hear this, rejoice but not recklessly, celebrate but not selfishly. Your joy is a bell that calls others to their own altars. Celebrate in ways that invite testimony rather than envy. Scatter first to those who stood with you in slow seasons. Let your heart lead the distribution of mercy. Angels will applaud your generosity. God says, as you give, so shall you be given to. Don't skip the opportunity to bless. Stay till the end and let your life be a series of open hands. There will come a day when the bank executive's astonishment is a footnote in a larger story. A story of recovery, of education, of homes rebuilt, of laughter returned to rooms that had known only silence. Keep that portrait in your mind as you make choices in the present. The check is one chapter. The life you build from it is the book. Build something that outlives you. Let the angels write margin notes of praise beside each act of kindness you carry out. As I draw close to the final whisper, understand this. The miracle that causes a world to pause is, at its core, an invitation to intimacy. God does not give to impress. He gives to draw you nearer, to teach you trust, to train your hands for work that matters. The bank executive's stunned face is a small mirror of a much larger truth. Heaven is attentive and active on your behalf. Don't skip the invitation to greater nearness.
Stay till the end and let your life become a residence of praise.
And now, my beloved, make this vow in the quiet. When the cheque arrives, when numbers rearrange and the office fills with a startled hush, you will not forget from whence you came. You will remember the nights, the prayers, the names of those who walked slow with you. You will steward with humility, you will give with abandon, you will lead with love. Angels will mark your vow and carry it into the halls above as a fragrant offering. God says, I delight in your faith. Your name was written beside this promise. Live like it is true. Share this message with those who need to be reminded that heaven keeps ledgers of mercy. Comment your truth below and let the room fill with real stories that heal and encourage. Subscribe for more divine revelations. Walk with us as the angels continue to speak and the ledger of heaven opens wider for those who trust. Don't skip this. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. God says now. Angels say amen. Do not move your hand. Do not let the small noises of life steal this holy hush. Don't skip this hearing. Keep your heart open. Stay till the end, for there is an ember yet to be fanned into flame. Something huge is waiting for you, and it comes threaded with tenderness and truth. Feel the tempo of the angels quicken. Their wings brush the edges of your ordinary days and set them trembling toward wonder. I speak now of rearrangement, not destruction, but right ordering. The rooms of your life that have been cluttered with doubt are being cleared. The closets where fear lived are being emptied and relabeled with names like provision, purpose, peace. God says He is a God of order, and angels work as divine housekeepers, sweeping the corners where hope has been hiding. Your name was written beside this promise, and the broom of heaven is gentle but thorough. Don't skip the sweeping. Stay till the end and welcome the clean air of new beginnings. There will be a season immediately after the first miracle where you will be tempted to return to old routines as if nothing has shifted. Do not let normalcy steal the sacred. Treat the aftermath with reverence. Keep a rhythm of gratitude. Morning words, evening thanksgivings, moments of pause that remind you this is not merely luck but encounter. God says rituals of thanks anchor the heart. Angels keep time with your gratitude, turning what could be a flash into a foundation. Your name was written beside this promise. Let your life echo the thanks of the one who gave it. Listen carefully. Even the smallest response you give to this unfolding matters. A phone call to an old friend, a whispered prayer over a child, a donation in secret. These small acts are like keys that open rooms in the heavenly house. The bank executive's surprised breath will be a public footnote. Your private kindnesses will be footstools that hold up your new throne of influence. Don't skip the small acts. Stay till the end and let the little yeses gather into a chorus of obedience. There will be temptations to hoard, to hide, to build walls where you should build bridges. Beware of the narrowing of heart that wealth can sometimes cause. God says abundance is a test of soul as much as supply. Angels will stand as gentle wardens, placing questions in your spirit that ask, will you share? Answer with a swift yes. Your name was written beside this promise with an expectation that abundance will be a conduit, not a casket. Don't skip generosity. Stay till the end and let your hands be open. You will be surprised by the ways God uses your story. A stranger touched by your testimony will turn the tide of their own life. A child will see in your restored dignity a future less fearful. An entire line of ancestry may breathe easier because you chose to steward well. Heaven multiplies testaments of mercy into legacies of change. Angels delight when one life becomes many. God says, what I do for you, do through you. Your name was written beside this promise so that its echo will last beyond your days. Conversations will come. Some will be around the kitchen table, some on stages you never imagined. Speak honestly. Tell the truth about seasons of lack and the trembling that preceded praise. People need testimony that is raw and real, not glossy and guarded. Let your story be a roadmap. Show the potholes and the bridges. Angels will applaud your courage to be transparent. God says vulnerability invites healing. Don't skip the telling. Stay till the end and let your words become doors for others. There is a divine economy that bends time for the sake of mercy. Moments that seemed wasted will now appear as seed time for this harvest. What once felt like a delay was a preparation. The bank executive's pause will be the punctuation of divine timing. The countdown has already begun, and every seemingly wasted hour was an investment into what is arriving. Don't skip the reframe. Stay till the end and let the past be redeemed into purpose. You may find that people who once stood at a distance come close, drawn by the fragrance of blessing. Welcome those whose hearts are humble and whose hands are willing. Distance reveals true allies. Some will drift away, and that is ordained too. Angels know who to keep near and who to send on. God says the right people will appear at the right time. Your name was written beside this promise, and with it came a new circle of trust. Don't skip discernment. Stay till the end and choose companions who reflect heaven's wisdom. When the check lands and the numbers register like a thundering tide, remember to keep your feet on the ground and your eyes lifted. The bank executive's startled breath is a signal flare. It does not make you the story's author. Be humble in reception, bold in distribution. Angels will whisper strategies of stewardship if you ask. God says, I give and I also train. Your name was written beside this promise not as a conclusion, but as an opening of vocational wonder. Don't skip apprenticeship. Stay till the end and learn how to steward well. If trial returns after blessing, and sometimes it does to prove the keeping, do not be dismayed. Trials refine, trials do not cancel covenant. The angels will stand like blacksmiths at the forge, and God will keep the fire measured. Your faith will be further purified, as gold is refined by flame. This is not punishment. It is preparation for greater responsibility. Don't skip the refining. Stay till the end, and be willing to be shaped. Now I give you a simple ritual. Each morning for 7 days, speak this into the quiet. My name was written beside this promise. I receive, I steward, I scatter. Say it slowly, let each word land, let the angels record it as testimony. This practice is not magic. It is alignment. God responds to the cadence of faith. Angels move faster when the human heart syncs with heaven's tempo. The countdown has already begun. Your spoken faith is the acceleration. Don't skip the daily declaration. Stay till the end and let your voice usher in the visible. Come close in your imagination. See the bank executive rubbing their eyes, the monitor reflecting numbers like distant lightning. See your own hands, unordinary, steady, receiving the evidence of heaven's kindness. Now look up and place a hand on your chest. Feel the promise settle there. God says, I am with you. Angels say, we walk beside you. Your name was written beside this promise, and it is now crossing from ink to action. Don't skip the inward acknowledgement. Stay till the end and let peace root deeply. Finally, prepare to be surprised by the gentleness of how this all completes. It will not arrive with trumpets and banners alone. It will come with small kindnesses, with quiet reconciliations, with the soft return of peace. The bank executive's blush is the outward punctuation. The inward punctuation is the calm that begins to hum in your bones. God says, you will know my hand. Angels echo, you are known. This is your confirmation. The countdown has already begun. Something huge is waiting for you. Share this message with those who need to know that heaven keeps ledgers of mercy. Comment your truth below. Speak of the places you have been carried and the moments you believe are breaking. Subscribe for more divine revelations and walk with us as angels continue to whisper. Don't skip this. Stay till the end. Go now, steward well, love widely, and remember, your name was written beside this promise before time began. God says now. Angels say amen. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not wander now. Come back to the center of your breath and hold this truth. The heavens are not passive spectators. They are active craftsmen shaping the exact circumstances that will carry you forward. Don't skip this declaration. Stay till the end, because there is a final thread of the tapestry yet to be drawn that will make the pattern unmistakable. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is threaded through both thunder and tenderness. God says, I work in seasons and in seconds. Angels lean closer and count the beats with you. Imagine a corridor of light stretching ahead, not harsh, not blinding, but warm and clear. And along this corridor are doors labeled with simple words, restoration, opportunity, reconciliation, calling. Each door opens by a key that heaven has fashioned just for you. Your name was written beside this promise, and the key fits because you were made for this doorway. The bank executive will only notice the one labeled provision, but you will walk through many. Don't skip the other rooms. Stay till the end and explore the fullness of what is being given. Hear the whisper that is louder than rumor. Not every miracle arrives as thunder. Some come as a steady, faithful drizzle that soaks the soil of your life. The check, the transfer, the unexpected clearing. These are rains that will bring fruit next season. God says, I water what I intend to grow. Angels spread their hands and shape the clouds. Your name was written beside this promise. Let your life be the ground that receives the rain with gratitude. Don't skip the tending after the rain. Stay till the end and plant accordingly. There will be testimonies told in quiet corners. Someone you once helped will come back into your life like a full circle, bringing with them a revival of hope you had thought lost. The bank executive's surprise will be a story they tell at lunches. Your true triumph will be the unannounced returns of those whose lives you touched when you had less. God says, multiply what you gave. Angels keep ledger not of transactions alone, but of sacrificial moments, and they will return them with profit. Don't skip remembering the small givings. Stay till the end and watch them bloom. Expect a choreography of signs, numbers that hum with meaning, letters that arrive at dawn, a song that stirs memory in a way that aligns your heart with heaven's sound. These are the little confirmations, the breadcrumbs in the wilderness that lead you to the feast. The bank executive will see the digits. You will hear the melody beneath them. God says, I mark my movements with signs. Angels place these signs so your feet will not wander. Don't skip the song. Stay till the end and follow its rhythm. There is a danger in haste, wanting the end so badly that you bypass the shaping. Resist. The making of a vessel is not quick if it must hold gold without breaking. God says, I form you before I fill you. Angels are molding your edges, softening the places that would fracture under sudden weight. Your name was written beside this promise with the expectation that you will be shaped to steward well. Don't skip the shaping. Stay till the end and let the process refine you. When the check arrives, whether in bank language or in the language of open doors and healed souls, honor it as a holy instrument. Do not barter it for the empty applause of fleeting fame. Use it to build altars of mercy, to fund the healing of those whose names no one else remembers, to lift burdens from those who bend under them quietly. Angels will sing when you give in secret. God says, I value the heart. Your name was written beside this promise not for your trophy shelf, but for the widening of mercy. Some will ask, is this promise only for me? Hear the wideness in the answer. Yes, it is for you personally, and yes, its true design is communal. A miracle to one becomes a corridor for many. The bank executive's astonishment might fill a room, but the effect will fill neighborhoods, families, and futures. Angels delight when a private favor becomes public good. God says, use my blessing to bless. Don't skip the multiplier effect. Stay till the end and invite others to the table. Let not fear steal the joy of revelation. When the world watches, when eyebrows raise and lips whisper, do not shrink. Let your life be a lamp that shows how blessing is handled with dignity. Speak less in defense and more in testimony. The bank executive will be a witness. The greater witness will be the changed life you now live. God says, let your life be the sermon. Angels will escort your testimony into rooms that need it most. Don't skip the witness. Stay till the end and tell the truth of the tenderness that brought you here. There is a holiness in stewardship, a discipline of heart more than a ledger of accounts. Let your generosity be intentional, thoughtful, and relentless. Give to repair what was broken. Invest in futures that will outlast you. Forgive debts that claw at reputations. Angels will stand beside your giving and multiply it. God says, what you release will return in joy. Your name was written beside this promise with a charge to steward rightly. Don't skip the discipline. Stay till the end and practice it until it becomes habit. A final vision for you. See a table spread under an open sky. Around it sit faces from seasons past. The tired mother you comforted, the friend who lent you a word at midnight, the mentor who believed when you did not. The bank executive's stunned moment will be a small story at the edge of the table, but the center will be laughter, food, healing, and stories of resurrection. Angels will sit at the corners and keep watch as gratitude flows. God says, feast. Your name was written beside this promise. Come and celebrate the fullness. Now take this last instruction to heart. When you receive, do not let your first instinct be to hide. Let it be to open. Open to the wise counsel that will guide your steps. Open to distribution that honors your past. Open to the work that will require more of your heart. Angels will applaud your openness. God says, open hands receive and give. Don't skip the opening. Stay till the end and practice it with joy. Before I close this voice to you for a brief rest, declare once more, my name was written beside this promise. I receive with humility. I steward with wisdom. I give with love. The angels answer, Amen. God smiles and says, now. The countdown has already begun. This is your confirmation. Something huge is waiting for you. Don't skip it. Stay till the end. Share this message with those who need a reminder that heaven is watching the small things and moving in them. Comment your truth below. Name what you have been holding and let the chorus of witness begin. Subscribe for more divine revelations and walk in the company of angels as they continue to shepherd your days. Go now in peace, go now in strength, and go now in humility, for your name was written beside this promise before time began. God says now. Angels say amen. Don't skip it. Something huge is waiting for you. Do not let your eyes stray now, my beloved. Keep them fixed on the small flame of this moment. Don't skip this breath. Stay with me. Stay till the end, because there is a final chamber in this palace of promise where a light has been kept for you alone. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will come like a benediction, soft and irrevocable. Feel the angels lean closer. They arrange the final tiles of your path with care, placing each one so your feet will not stumble. Hear the hush of preparation. A phone that rings at the exact second it must ring. An email that arrives with the one sentence that changes a contract. A hand that reaches across a room and offers what your heart has been asking for in prayer. These are the small punctuation marks before the full sentence of your breakthrough. The bank executive will see figures and frown in amazement, but you will know the deeper movement, the way your shoulders relax and your breath finds a new rhythm. God says, I make a way. Angels murmur, receive. Your name was written beside this promise, and the script is moving from margin to page. There is an intimacy in this arriving that the world cannot understand. It is not merely the transfer of wealth or the settling of accounts. It is the settling of a soul. When the check, the secret, sacred check, touches the ledgers, an inner ledger is balanced too. Shame lightens, fear loosens. The bank executive, startled, will be a witness to the outer fact. The inner witness will be the gentle hum in your chest, telling you you are home. Don't skip this settling. Stay till the end and let your heart receive its due. Expect a holy choreography of endorsements. People will sign where signatures were needed, doors will unlatch, permissions will be granted. The paper trail will look ordinary to those who do not know how to read providence, but you will see the pattern. Every signature like a blessing, every stamp like a nod from heaven. Angels stand beside each pen, guiding the hands that consent. God says, I authorize. Your name was written beside this promise, and now the world's ink answers heaven's decree. When surprise visits the office and the bank executive leans back as if to steady themselves, do not be startled into silence. Speak your gratitude first, aloud if you must. Let the room hear the sound of praise before it hears speculation. Praise is a strong medicine. It seals provision with worship and keeps the noise of envy from rising. Don't skip praise. Stay till the end, and let thanks be the fragrance your life exhales. I tell you plainly, this is not about ostentation. The trillion-dollar picture that shimmers in the title is the world's way of naming magnitude. Heaven measures in terms of restoration. What comes to you, whether counted in figures or in the uncountable currency of healed relationships and opened callings, is calibrated to restore dignity. The bank executive's blush is a surface ripple on a deep lake. Look deeper. God says, I restore. Angels say, we are witnesses. Your name was written beside this promise long before you learned to count. There will be seasons of testing after the miracle. Tests are not punishments, but proof. Proof that what arrives will not be wasted on vanity. The angels test not to break you, but to build you like a smith testing the metal. Trust the process. Let discipline take root where haste once lived. Choose the long obedience that turns a moment of favor into a lifetime of fruit. Don't skip the refining. Stay till the end and let the refining fire do its holy work. Be cautious of quick friends who appear when the lights rise. True allies are steady through the dark as well as the dawn. Invite those who stayed when the moon was your only witness to the table now set with plenty. Their presence will remind you of where you began and keep you humble, as gardens need pruning to stay fruitful. Angels will nudge your heart toward the faithful. God says, keep the circle true. Your name was written beside this promise, with the thread of community woven through it. There will be paperwork, decisions, advisors, accountants, and wise counsel, mundane things wrapped in holiness. Do them well. Treat the practical with reverence. It is the frame for the miracle. Sign the forms, read the small print, listen to counsel, and then move with courage. The bank executive may be surprised by the numbers, but your integrity in handling them will be the testimony that echoes longest. Don't skip the mundane. Stay till the end and honor the small tasks that secure great gifts. Let me tell you about mercy's multiplication. The first act of giving from what you receive will return to you tenfold in ways you cannot predict. A kindness frees a chain. A loan repaid with a blessing becomes the seed of a new life. Angels multiply mercy like seed scattering in fertile soil. God says, scatter. Your name was written beside this promise so that mercy might run through your days like a river. Don't skip generosity. Stay till the end and let your hands move like water. Giving, washing, refreshing. You will walk differently after this. Your posture will shift from protection to purpose. The bank executive's astonishment will be a chapter in your story, not the headline. Headline is the life you live afterward. One of impact, of decisions made with conscience, of love given without calculation. Angels cheer at such living. God says, walk in it. Your name was written beside this promise. Walk forward in integrity and intention. There will be moments of quiet thanksgiving when the noise of the world subsides and you sit with the reality of mercy. Treasure those minutes. Let them be altars where you place the memory of how you felt when you first heard that your name was written beside the promise. Let prayer become the tether that keeps heaven and earth in lovely conversation in your life. Don't skip prayer. Stay till the end and make room each day for the quiet that birthed this miracle. And when times come to share the story, tell it simply, honestly, lovingly. Speak of nights and the small things, of the way a ledger opened and of the way your chest opened wider. People need the map of how faith becomes provision. Testimony lights the way for the next weary traveler. Angels will carry your words into rooms of those who need hope. God says, tell. Your name was written beside this promise. Tell it and let it become a bridge. Now, as the final curtains of this chapter draw near, hold fast to one last instruction. Be kind to yourself. A miracle does not erase the past overnight. Give yourself grace to learn, to stumble, to grow. Angels will attend your soft places. God will mend where you feel raw. Your name was written beside this promise because you were worthy of mercy. Don't skip self-compassion. Stay till the end and let healing be as important as provision. This moment is holy and practical. The bank executive will be stunned and the office will hum with whispers, but the greater movement is in the soul that learns to steward, to bless, and to keep faith. Don't skip the transformation of character. Stay till the end and allow heaven's shaping to become visible in every choice you make. Now, speak the covenant aloud. My name was written beside this promise. I receive with humility, steward with wisdom, scatter with joy. The angels echo, Amen. God smiles and says, now. The countdown has already begun. This is your confirmation. Something huge is waiting for you. Don't skip it. Stay till the end. Share this message with those who need to believe that heaven keeps careful ledgers of mercy. Comment your truth below. Name the places you have been held, and let the room fill with witness. Subscribe for more divine revelations. Walk with us as the angels continue to speak, and the ledger of heaven opens wider for those who trust. Go now in peace, in courage, and in abundance. Your name was written beside this promise before time began. God says now. Angels say amen. Don't skip it. Something huge is waiting for you.